My God.
Welcome to the show that's called Two Men in a Movie. I remember what it was called. I remember what I called it. I got it. It's fine. Okay. So, we're gonna go through movies and talk about whatever. So do we want to start with some news of the week?
Yeah,
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Another guy died today.
No. I mean, like, entertainment news. It's 2021. We can just black out the rest of the news.
Entertainment news.
Yeah. No, I don't want to.
I thought we were gonna talk about political things.
No. That's not our. It's not our wheelhouse.
I don't know what that means.
That's
but
a different
I agree.
podcast. Well, it's a wheel that's a house.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like a wheelhouse?
Yeah. Not like a roadhouse, which is a house but a road, and a movie starring Patrick Swayze. But like
Roadhouse.
a wheelhouse.
Wait, I only have enough disk space to record another 8 hours of me talking.
I really hope we're not here for more than 8 hours.
Wait, I thought we were gonna do a 12-hour podcast.
No. 24-hour podcast. No, we're not doing a 12-hour podcast.
That'd be pretty cool, though.
I guess we could do that on
Dude,
like a
we could
live
do
stream.
World record for longest podcast
What
ever
is the
created.
world record for a longest podcast? Let's look it up.
Entertainment news. What is the world?
News?
All right,
world record for longest podcast. Oh my God, 36-hour nonstop podcast.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to although the world record for longest poop is 26 feet.
Okay, so entertainment news. Since this is the first episode, we can go as far back as we want. So I figured we could talk about JoJo Part 6 got announced. That's pretty.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty nuts. It's
Michael
like
Reeves made a really good video the other day.
Yeah. So I've watched that JoJo Part 6 trailer a few times, and each time I watch it, the more I think like this kind of just looks like a fan edit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it uses the music from the Part 1 trailer, and then it uses Jotaro's theme, and every time I'm like, I guess it makes sense because it's just a production announcement, but I'm like, this is kind of like, like it's fine. Like I'm glad that it got announced, but I don't know. What else? I don't know.
K-pop's trending on Twitter right now.
Yeah, well, that happens a lot.
Twice actually. No, 3 times.
What else? Entertainment news.
4 times.
More has come out about
6 times.
When Joss Whedon was directing Justice League, about how he's like a scummy guy. Apparently, he threatened like Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman, being like, "I can make Wonder Woman look fucking stupid in this movie if you're an asshole to me." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And like, it's like, at least once a year, there's more like, "Oh, Joss Whedon did this on the set of Justice League," and it's like, yeah, we know. Like, it's pretty well known now that he's like a scummy guy, because like. Also, apparently his wife came out and was like, yeah, he cheated on me for a really long time, but said that he didn't. Like, he's not a good guy, and he butchered that movie. But regardless, you want to talk about trailers?
Sure.
So we got, have you seen the Space Jam trailer?
Is that the new
Space Jam trailer?
No, I haven't seen the new Space Jam trailer.
Watch it, like, real quick. We'll cut this part out while you're watching it.
Okay. Was that...
So, all right. So you've watched it now, right? What does that trailer remind you of in recent memory?
I would say Ready Player One.
Yes, exactly. It's just going to be Ready Player One. And by that, I mean...
Oh my God.
They just get the rights to shit and do it. Like, there's stuff like... People pointed out like a number of shit.
I want to show you something. The top comment is it just me, or does the new Space Jam feel like a basketball-themed Ready Player One
That's what
movie?
it is. That's what it's gonna be. And like you've
Which
got like in the background, like they go through like Twister and the Matrix, and apparently in the background you see like all these characters. Like you see Jack Nicholson, Joker, and like different Matrix characters. You see from Batman and Robin, you see Mr. Freeze. And anyone who's not like an
Yogi,
animation,
the
see in this one shot alone,
Flintstones.
there's like the shark. I don't remember his name. You see the Flintstones, the Iron Giants coming in. Like
I don't know who that is. King Kong
it's
and the
just gonna be
plane.
like I'll watch it. I'll watch it for this, and in general, I was probably gonna watch it anyway. But like, it's just space. It's just Ready Player One, but with basketball and Don Cheadle. You know, like and people said Ready Player One like focused too much on the references and too little on the story. I think that's what this is just gonna be. You know?
Well, that's mostly how the book went as well.
Yeah, that's part of the
Uh,
reason why I don't think I ever like we listened to parts of the audiobook, but I think there's a reason I didn't get through the book like on my own. And I never really realized like why I thought it was so slow until someone pointed out that like it takes like 3 pages to do like 2 things. You know, cuz they're just explaining references,
yeah.
which like is fine. Like people say that it's a really good book, but I just never like I was like, "Oh my god, this is so
I've
slow."
consistently like read that like once a year for a while.
Yeah, I know. And like I'm glad that you like it and can get through it and everything. Trying to think of like any more like trailers. I think that might be it. But yeah, no, it's just going to be Ready Player One. Like I
I want
don't
to watch it just so I can sit here and make fun of it
Well,
immediately.
we'll have to watch the original Space Jam. For this, and then the next week when it comes out, we'll watch it. Let's see if there's any other trailers. I don't think that there are.
Well, that's why I'm scrolling.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too.
Uh,
Apparently something came out about the new Spider-Man movie. Oh, Fast and Furious 9.
ah. You stated to me the other day that you were going to watch all of them.
We should do it for this. Maybe we'll
Well,
do it in
okay.
chunks, like 2 movies at a time, you know? That way we're not
Or
taking up.
or ideally we could do like one long one where it's like, all right, so we just watched all of them in a row and now we're going to
And
talk
then we
about it
go
so we can
through.
forget.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So
But
we can
apparently the new one's going to be in space. Here, put on the new trailer. Oh, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. That kind of looks good. Just look up like Fast 9 trailer. Oh, there
right
it
here.
is. Yeah, I think that's the one that just came out, the second one.
I'm sorry, did they make their own
Dude,
spacesuits
that's nuts. Okay, so I have
and
something
duct
to
taped it?
say about John Cena and oh my god, what is his name? Oh fuck. Fast 9 John Cena. It was something about and Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel said something about him. But it was like so you know how Paul Walker died, right? Like in real life. He
I
passed
don't.
away. He was in the movies.
Yeah.
Uh Fast 9. Let me just look up Vin Diesel.
While you're doing that, there's also another Spirit movie coming out. Um, a new
Another
Star Wars
Spirit.
thing on Disney Plus. Yeah, look, Spirit Untamed.
Oh, interesting. Who cares? But anyway, so
People who like Spirit.
it was pretty much I don't have the exact quote in front of me. I don't feel like looking for it that much, but he's like Vin Diesel was like, "Yeah, I was in this like spirit garden or whatever, and John Cena came up to me and it was like Paul Walker himself sent him, so I knew he had to be in this movie." And I was like, "The fuck are you talking about, dude?" Like what? Like I don't know, man. Like who cares, I guess, but I don't know.
Oh wait, Andrew, High School Musical, the
I
series.
know. I hate like the idea of something having that long of a name with that many
Dude,
colons
I
in it.
remember we were making fun of that. It was because it was so funny. It was the High School Musical, the series, and now they're working on High School Musical, the series, season 2.
Yeah. Well, okay. So do you know about the Spider-Man 3 rumors
Uh,
about like
no.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being in them?
Oh, dude, that'd be lit.
So those rumors were happening for a while, right? And then they were like,
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
nice. We'll leave that
Keep
in.
talking. Ugh.
And Kevin Feige, who I don't know if you know this, but he's like pretty much in charge at Marvel. Well, he's not in. He's like the movie guy there, you know. He was like, yeah, that's not happening. Like, what? And like there were rumors that like they'd only be in the last like 20 minutes in the movie, and everyone was like, yeah, that would be awful. And so, you know, people kind of stopped believing in it. Well, now Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2, right? He came out and said that he's going to be in Spider-Man 3.
Interesting.
Which is just, I don't know. I still don't really believe it because I don't feel like now is a good time to do that. Maybe it is. I don't know. But, like, it just doesn't seem like... I mean, okay, I know you haven't seen WandaVision yet, but... And this isn't like a spoiler for it. But, like,
Spoiler!
WandaVision ties into the next Doctor Strange movie, which is called Multiverse of Madness, right? And people are thinking that it'll open the multiverse, and then we'll get Spider-Man 3 with the multiverse. But I don't know if, like, the multiverse is, like, a good way for that to go. I don't know. But
God, I need to catch the fuck up on that shit.
it's good, dude. WandaVision's pretty good. Although I kind of wished, and we'll talk about it at some point once you catch up, but, like, I watched it week to week as it came out, and I feel like part of the issue was something like that, where you can just theorize about it so much. Because people came up with all these theories, and then when they weren't right, they said that the finale was, like, bad, you know? Which, like, the finale was okay. You know, it had parts where I was like, this is kind of, like, boring. But, like, overall, it was pretty good. But I feel like something like WandaVision where you can just theorize and just go into, like, fucking, like, anywhere in the comics because you have no idea what's happening would be better as something that happened, like, all at once. Like, I feel like it would have been better received if it had dropped all at once. And granted, it was the #1 show in, like, the country week to week. So I guess it was still pretty well received. But Falcon and the Winter Soldier is still going at this point. It's got 1 episode left, and it is also really good.
How do you think that, how do you think they're gonna feel at the end of that?
I don't know, because... So the episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier are longer, right? Like, the one that premiered Friday was an hour long with, like, maybe 10 minutes of credits. So it's still 50 minutes long. I'm thinking the last episode will just be straight up, like, an hour. Like, the episode as a whole will be, like, an hour and 20 maybe. And it'll be, like, an hour, hour and 10 with, like, plus credits.
Right.
I don't know. I think they've got a lot. They've got a lot to do in the finale, but I think they'll be able to do it.
Oh fuck! What did I just do?
I don't know what you just did. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, they introduced some stuff in the last episode where I was like, are they going to be able to pull all of it off? And I'm like, yeah, I think they will. But is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
All right.
I don't have anything.
You want to get into our topic?
Which is
We're going to talk Knives Out.
an older movie.
Older. Like, before the great pandemic. So I actually wanted to bring something up before we talk about Knives Out.
So why did you bring
Well, no,
Knives
no,
Up
no, no,
out
because
first?
it still has to do with Knives Out, right?
Oh, okay.
So I went on Letterboxd, which, if you don't know what it is a pretty much like a movie reviewing website. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not its like main purpose, but that's pretty much what people use it for. It seems. So I went to Knives Out and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wonder what like the bad reviews are saying about this. Now, Knives Out is directed by Rian Johnson, right? Who
Yeah.
infamously directed Star Wars: The Last Jedi,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I think some of like the hate for this movie came from. Is because people saw his name attached to it. Because, you know, the bad reviews for it were either it's boring, which granted, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but like it can get kind of boring, or that it's people are just comparing it to The Last Jedi, which doesn't make any sense. Like I saw one that was like, oh shit, who the guy with the cane. I don't remember his name. I remember the actor's name, but I know you don't know the actor.
Right.
Shit, what was his name? He's the one that Adam really liked
In what movie?
in Knives Out.
Oh,
The relative that had the cane, and he had the kid who was like a neo-Nazi or whatever.
oh yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. I thought that guy was Mark Hamill,
No, that's
like legitimately.
Michael Shannon. People were like, "Oh, Rian Johnson just made him look like Luke Skywalker because The Last Jedi," and it was like, I think Ryan, like I was like, I think Rian Johnson wants to get as far away from The Last Jedi as possible. And I think at one point we should do a topic about that, just about like Star Wars, and we'll go through like the original trilogy and then the
You want to hear something?
prequels. What's up?
It's gonna piss off everyone that's listening right now.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't like Star Wars.
Yeah, I know you don't like Star Wars. um, I still think we
But
should talk about
you
it
know what
though.
I do like? My favorite part of Star Wars is the
Yeah,
prequels.
I know. You have the worst Star Wars opinion ever. I know.
No, it's the best Star Wars
No, they're
opinion.
not good.
Dude, I'm telling you,
They're objectively not good
everyone's gonna
movies.
be like, yeah, he may not like Star Wars, but he's right.
No, because
It's the
here's what
best.
happened, right? So the prequels came out, and everyone who watched them as a kid loved them, right? And then
Uh-huh.
pretty much everyone on the internet collectively agreed that the prequels were bad. And then the sequels came out, and then people started to call the prequels good movies for like no reason, right? Because they were
It's
like,
'cause
oh,
they're
they're
good
better than
movies.
the sequels. First off, they're not better than the sequels, and they're not good movies. They're written
They're great
terribly.
movies.
No, they're not. People are going to start to
Yeah.
question your judgment in movies.
I feel like
Um,
they're gonna question your judgment for disagreeing with me.
whatever. People are questioning our judgment anyway, probably.
To be fair, we have no.
Audience.
Well, that and we have no like referral.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. Um, so what did you think of Knives Out?
I've seen it 3 times. I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. Should we do? We're going to spoilers. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, first of all, what are you doing with your life? Because
It's
that's a great
it's
movie.
really hard to do a spoiler-free review of it, other than just being like, yeah, it's good, and everyone in it is good, and then like that's it. Um,
Hey, if you guys don't, it's literally on Amazon Prime.
yeah,
Like,
if you have
it's
Amazon
free
Prime, you
on
can just get
Amazon
it for
Prime.
free.
Yeah,
Um,
watch it, come back, and
and
agree with us,
and
or
agree
you're
with us,
wrong.
yeah. So do you want to go through it? Because this movie kind of has definitive like 3 different acts. You know, like it's pretty easy to like pick out the 3 different acts. You know what I mean?
In a sense, yes.
So do you want to go through like the three
Let's just
different
start with the
acts?
beginning.
Yeah. So uh, who wants to you want to tell us the story?
There's okay.
What's the scoop?
Um, the scoop is this lady, I can't even remember her fucking name. What's her name?
Who? Which one?
The main girl,
Marta?
Marta.
We're either going to
Marta.
remember actors' names or character names or neither.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna remember neither, and you're gonna remember the actors.
Yeah.
Marta, being a nurse person,
Hmm.
it's not really even discussed whether or not she's like a registered nurse.
I think
Like
she
she's just.
is, but she didn't go to like school for it.
And you're not a registered nurse.
Well, but I think she has the title. I don't know, man. You're right. It's not really discussed. I'm sure we could look it up, but we're not going to.
Even then, that's based off of stuff that wasn't discussed in the
True,
movie. So
true.
like, either way, she's like doing her thing. She's got a nice, friend who,
Do you remember his name?
of course, what was his name?
It was Thromby.
No, that was their last name.
Whatever. Harold, I think. I don't remember. I barely remember his first
Um,
name. I could barely remember Thromby.
Throm. You know what? I'm just gonna look up Knives Out characters.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yes, character names. Actually, that's
Perfect.
okay. Harland.
Harlan.
Harlan Thromby, the main. He's not even really a main character. He's kind of like the object of the movie.
Yeah.
Where he's like, Marta is like giving him meds or whatever, and then like she gives him too much of the wrong medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So to get out of it, he creates this whole elaborate plan where she leaves, comes back, pretends to be him.
It's like really confusing, and you just gotta not think about it.
Yeah.
Like, don't think about it further. But okay, so where does the movie like start?
The movie starts like a couple days after, and you see the events of that night through flashbacks that are very interesting because a lot of the time you'll watch the same flashback, but different things will have happened because new
Yeah.
information is provided.
It's a really cool way of doing flashbacks. So the movie starts with, doesn't it start with the interviews?
Yes.
So it starts with the characters, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, other actors and actresses, don't remember. They're all being interviewed by this police officer who's...
Hannah Baker.
Oh, yeah, she's in there. Totally forgot about that. What's the police
She smokes
officer's
weed
name?
and uses and jewels. Well, one of them is just cop. It says
No.
Detective Lieutenant Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot. So Lieutenant Elliot.
Detective Lieutenant Elliot.
Detective Lieutenant Elliot. He's interviewing the family members about Harlan's apparent suicide, right? Because he's slashed his carotid artery. And also Daniel Craig is there in the background.
Doing Daniel Craig things.
Yeah.
Which,
Being
by
not
the way,
James Bond.
I feel like Daniel Craig doing something that's not James Bond, I was kind of skeptical because I was like, he's pretty good
Yeah.
as James.
But he
like, he's
also
pretty
hates
freaking
it.
good.
Like, he
Does
wants
he?
to kill himself every day being JamesOnd. Like,
Is that real? Is that real? Is that like a thing?
I think... Okay, I don't know if he wants to kill himself, but, like... He is... Like, apparently in interviews and stuff, and I haven't watched that many, he just seems like he's very glad to finally be free of it. I mean, granted, that movie hasn't come out yet, or never will. Just kidding, it probably will. Like, I think it was more of a commitment than he thought, because Pierce Brosnan was only James Bond for, like, 4 movies, so that's what, like, maybe 10 years? You know?
Yeah.
Daniel Craig's been James Bond for 14 years.
Really?
Yeah,
How
dude.
many movies has he done?
He's done, well, Skyfall, Quantum of Solace, Casino Royale, No Time to Die is going to be the new one. Spectre. So he's done 5.
My God.
Yeah, and he's just so tired of it. Like, he just doesn't want to do it anymore. So I think doing small-ish movies like Knives Out is good for him. But the only thing is he has a really weird Southern accent in Knives Out. I think they should have just stuck with his British accent.
Apparently, he just has a Southern accent. Like, that's his normal. Okay. It says right here that he has a Southern accent.
Really? Wait, no, I don't believe that.
Look.
I'm looking at it. Daniel Craig real accent.
Because that's a terrible fucking accent.
Because it's bad. Like, it's bad. No, because it says in interviews, it says Daniel Craig on finding his Southern gentleman accent. So it's not his real accent. But, yeah, so it's, well, I see you're looking at the Netflix deal. We'll talk about that in a minute. So what did you think of, like, the first act of the movie? So the beginning up until, I'd say...
Okay, I know you, and then we had a friend who was like, "Oh, is this gonna be the whole movie? Her just trying to not." So, and I was like,
I'd say the first act ends with that first flashback of Marta and Harlan, like when it's first revealed that like she killed him, right? And then he committed suicide and did this whole elaborate thing to get her out of it. And
Daniel Craig is a Pisces.
Nice. He's also short for James Bond, apparently. Like, people were lambasting him.
He's taller than your dumbass.
Hey, no, I'm not saying in general. I'm saying for James Bond. I could never be James Bond. They call me short.
Do you want to what?
I do remember in the movie theater being, like, at the end of Act 1, when we find out that Marta killed him, I do remember being like, oh, so is the rest of this just going to be like a sitcom episode where someone's trying to like avoid another person, you know?
Right.
The same thing that Adam was saying. And then I'd say the second act is pretty like, I don't know, like what did you think of the second act?
Well, okay. When we find out that, well, what happened in the second act that makes it the second act?
Well, okay, I'd say the second act is after that flashback revealing what really happened up until probably...
Oh, it's just them investigating?
Yeah, and then I'd say up until probably when Ransom gets arrested, and then Daniel Craig starts like really looking into it. You know?
He was looking into it before.
No, but like, you know what I mean. Like,
okay.
Or, well,
so
it showed to us that
time
really
where she was like actively destroying evidence and stuff, it was very smooth. I kind of liked, like, it didn't feel like she was like grasping for like straws or whatever. It was just kind of like, she made very tactical decisions.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That made a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I liked it. And, but it was definitely the point where I was feeling like, is this movie going to be bad? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, It's cool, but it's not like good. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what I would think of in like a murder mystery movie. So that's,
and I feel like it's important to have the distinction that this really isn't. It's not a murder mystery movie. It's a murder mystery movie that in itself makes fun of other murder mystery
What
movies.
it is it's a modern version of Clue. And I know you haven't seen Clue. At least I don't think you have. That's a movie that we should watch. It's actually Kerrigan's favorite movie. It's pretty good. Clue is just, imagine this, but instead of Daniel Craig and Marta, it's just Tim Curry. Like, that's like the only real difference, you know? And Clue is just nonstop, like, holy shit, like, what the hell is happening? kind of like this. This was clearly inspired by Clue. Um, but like it's good, and like
Wonderfully.
I think that the second act can be a little slow and a little like underwhelming because the whole first like because of what you find out at the end of the first act, it's like you just kind of assume that that's what the rest of the movie is just going to be exactly like the second act, where it's just her like freaking the fuck out every 2 seconds and then trying to hide the evidence and making stupid decisions, you know. So
Yeah.
I can see why people find that kind of boring, but then like the third act is when it really like shit really starts happening, you know. When
Yeah.
once Ransom gets arrested, and once you get to sit there and watch Marta and Daniel Craig, I know his name's not Daniel Craig,
They
interact and like compare notes pretty much to the point where like they can like piece together the story is really good. Like that's when
Yeah.
I really started to be like, oh no, this is a good movie. Like, you know, like yeah, this is good. This is a good movie.
And then at the end, like where they name him specifically so that when she says Hugh did this, it sounds like you did this.
Right. Right. And like
And it really drives home that like part of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and like it's
So it's like you really didn't see that left punch coming to hit you.
yeah, and it's very much like you kind of get the sense during each character's different interviews and through the flashbacks that every one of those family members just like suck, you know?
Oh yeah, no, they're all pieces of shit.
But then
that I
it's
hate.
like there are scenes where it's like, oh, you know, like Jamie Lee Curtis is nice to Marta. Like through and through, her character, don't remember the name, is very nice to Marta, you know? But then
But very mean to everyone else.
right. And Jamie Lee Curtis does a really good job. Everyone in this is really good. Like they're putting on their A game. Like that was one of my worries about the movie when I originally saw trailers is I was like, shit, what if it's like they just got a bunch of these actors and the movie's going to be like okay and the actors are going to be doing like a subpar job because they're getting paid either way, you know?
Right.
But the movie's really good and everyone's doing a really good job.
Can we talk about Chris Evans for like 5 seconds?
Yeah, dude, let's do it. Ransom
Fucking
Drysdale.
beautiful character.
So good. Like, and I think he's really relishing in the fact that he's not Captain America.
As sad as I am to see America's ass lose its value,
He's really
Ransom,
good. Like,
he's so good.
like, and the first time we see him when, like, you see him talk to people at the party, like, a little bit in the flashbacks. But then the first time we see him when he walks in, and one of his first lines is Daniel Craig being like, "Now we're only here to ask you some questions," and he just looks at him and goes, "CSI KFC," and I remember like almost like bursting out laughing in the movie theater because I was like, "Wow, that was like that's such a stupid line," but he plays it really well because you know that like he's a fucking idiot and he meant it, like.
yeah.
And like when they're all sitting in the chair and they're all yelling at him,
And he's just eating cookies and he's like,
eating
eat
cookies
shit,
and he's like,
eat shit.
eat shit, eat shit, like, and he's really good. Like, I don't know what, and like, granted, he's really good in a lot of his stuff, but like, I was watching this and I was like, holy shit, like this is a different like side of him, you know?
I really want like Chris Evans to become like it's gonna sound terrible, but like fuck.
Oh, Seth
It was,
Rogen?
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Right, Seth Rogen. I want to see Chris Evans become like the Seth Rogen. Just like makes really weird comedy movies, but he just plays it pretty well.
He's been in some like really weird, like he was in Scott Pilgrim. He was in
Wait, who we're talking about? Chris, right?
Yeah, we're
Yes,
talking
he
about
was
Chris
in Scott
Evans. Yeah,
Pilgrim. You're
he was in
right.
Scott Pilgrim. He played Lucas Lee, I believe. I haven't seen that movie. I
He
know
was
that's
one of
like
the ex-boyfriends.
I know that's like a hate crime to not see that movie, but I haven't seen it.
I thought it was okay.
He
It wasn't the
played
best movie.
Snowpiercer in the movie Snowpiercer, which people thought was
No,
pretty good.
I don't even know what that movie is.
It's I don't
Doesn't
really know how
matter.
to describe it. It's like you know how like in Willy Wonka they just go through like random rooms and shit.
Yeah.
It's that, but on a train. Pretty much.
So like, Ghost Train.
Sure. I don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
It's the show you like talking about.
Oh, Infinity Train? Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
much that, except not therapeutic. Whatever. I could talk about Infinity Train forever. But yeah, no, he's really good in this, and I'm like he was really good as Captain America. And I hate to like see that character go, but I'm very glad that he's doing other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
really good in this, and I think it'll be good to see him in other things. And especially now that he has like the clout, I guess.
The clout. That
From
wouldn't be
being
the way I would
Captain
describe
America. The fame, I guess, from being Captain America. He can just kind of do whatever now, you know?
He was in a movie called Super Powered Dogs.
Yeah, see, like I said, he can just do whatever now.
He was in Spider-Man Homecoming? Oh, wait, no. I was thinking Spider-Man Homecoming was like, when I read that, I was like, multiverse?
No.
You know what I'm
not
talking about?
the new one. Whatever the new one's called. Oh,
The
no,
animated one.
Spider-Verse, yeah. Like one of the
Yeah.
greatest movies of all time, yeah.
Alright, Jesus.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I know you do. It's okay.
Bro, that's such a good fucking movie.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's
It's not like the best movie I've ever
yeah,
seen.
I don't know. Like, it's not my favorite movie, but I did watch it and was like, holy shit. But anyway, so the movie that we are watching, I really like the sets and the shots in Knives Out.
Oh, yeah.
The set pieces
Yeah.
for that movie, like even just like the chair that has a bunch of knives behind it, and like no one, like there's not a single line in that movie where someone goes, why does this chair have a lot of knives in it, you know?
Because they all universally understand.
Right,
why
and that's
it
like
deserves it.
that's what I mean. Like it's good that they don't bring attention to it. And like the what is it? The trick window?
Yeah.
That like it's like, you know, of course the only person who could think of a trick window is someone who writes mystery novels, you know? Like of course he would have a trick window.
Right. Well, he took it straight from one of his books. That's probably where that chair came from, too.
Probably. But they don't say anything about it, which I really like. Like you don't need to
About the
explain
chair.
everything.
Yeah.
And like some of the shots where like that ending shot where it's just Marta on the balcony with the mug and everyone's like
My
looking
house
away
now.
from her, or the shot where Chris Evans goes to like stab her and it's like a diagonal shot with like him and her falling and the chairs in the background. So good. But the third act of this movie is like breakneck paced. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
The third act is nuts. Like it just goes
Like,
from
you-
one thing to another. Like if you're not paying attention, like you're fucked.
And you slowly find out that, like, or not even slowly, it's just like, all right, we know where the talk screen is, now she's fucked, and then it's like, wait, no, she's not fucked,
Yeah.
because actually this is this and this and this, and it's just like,
Right. And like
what even?
I also like how like it's never a definitive year that like this is set in, you know? Like they have phones and they have I guess computers.
Well, they have jewels, so
Yeah, but what I mean is like but there's also stuff like the
jewel dates it though. It really does.
well, yeah, and so do the phones. But like but like there's stuff like when Chris Evans sets fire to that like medical place, um, like what medical place wouldn't have everything backed up on computers? And like there's different parts in this movie where I'm like, if they didn't have like the phones or the jewel, it could just be like a 60s movie, you know?
I feel like even if they had it backed up on computers, if it's like set on fire, they probably
Right, but like
lost
you know what like I'm getting at?
at least for the immediate
Right.
like
Right.
time before they could go and they could recover it. But
But like
I get
you
what
know
you're
what I'm
saying.
getting at? Like it could be a movie set in like a completely different like period in time. And I think that's what really makes this movie great is like cuz like there are movies that like rely on phones and the internet, and some mystery movies like part of the difficulty with the mystery genre now is that everything's on the internet, you
Hmm.
know? So it's difficult to make something like Clue where like people just get random invitations. Like, you know, they'd be tweeting about that shit. You know? So it's good in this where like they just kind of they don't 100% get rid of that aspect, but they don't bring it up because they don't need to.
You know they'd be tweeting
Dude,
about this
like,
shit.
you know, fucking some dude gets like a random thing. It's like, come to this house. It's like, hashtag party, just got invited to this house for no reason. You know, like, you'd never be able to
Just
make
a
a
little-
Clue these days.
I really love the idea of like Luigi being like, just want a free mansion.
Yeah.
Hashtag party at my place, and then like slowly people trickle in, and he's just like,
It's just like,
"Stop!
oh no,
Stop coming!
there's a ghost
Everyone's
everywhere."
gonna die!"
Oh my god. But like, hashtag party. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Overall,
Which, if we learned anything from Starbomb, they don't like to invite him to parties.
true. There was something else about this
Now
movie that I
party
wanted to
can
talk about,
begin.
but we should talk
Think
about the
I'll turn
sequels.
into the night.
So
Oh, right.
recently, Netflix.
And by recently, we mean like last week.
Yeah, like super recently at the time of recording. Netflix.
It's coming out tomorrow, though, right?
It'll come out Monday.
You're dating it. No, I'm just kidding.
We're dating it with this piece of news. Netflix
Shh, they don't need to know that.
brokered a deal with Ryan Johnson to buy the next two Knives Out sequels.
Before you say anything, imagine if his name was Richard Johnson. We could just call him Dick Dick.
True. Dick squared. um, shit. I was just focused on the Dick thing.
Your joke was way funny.
Two dicks, too powerful. There's. So they brokered a deal with Ryan Johnson for, I believe, $400 million.
Whoa.
Which is a lot of money, where they get the next two Knives Out films, but Daniel Craig and Ryan Johnson are tied to those projects. So supposedly Ryan Johnson will direct them and Daniel Craig will still be in them. And we had actually talked about this after watching it with our friends, but like, I don't know how many more, because part of the draw of this movie was getting so many A-list celebrities together to do a murder mystery, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many more A-list celebrities can you get? Obviously,
A shit ton.
Daniel Craig still, but like, with Netflix
Bro, what if
money,
they got all the James Bonds?
well, so what? I don't know. Is George Lazenby dead? You would get Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan, Sean Connery's woman slapping corpse. That might be in bad taste.
Harvey
He
Weinstein.
was not James Bond.
Well, I
Who the
thought we were
hell
just
else was
naming.
James Bond?
I don't
I
know.
don't remember off the top of my head. All
You know,
Bonds.
who I hope is in the next one? Paul Rudd.
You would have no. You couldn't get Paul Rudd. He
You
wouldn't
could
be
get
James
Paul.
Bond.
No, not for James Bond. I'm
Oh,
talking about
for Knives Out. Yeah,
Knives
you
Out.
could totally. And there are more A-list celebrities, but like I don't know. I don't know how many they'll be able to get with like Netflix money. You know.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of those actors are probably really bored right now.
Yeah, but they're sitting on so much money. Plus, Paul Rudd's
Right.
got the new Ghostbusters to do. Well, I think it's finished actually.
I doubt Paul Rudd would turn down that.
Yeah, I think he just does anything. Honestly, I don't really think he cares.
Well, I feel like he does things that he likes, and he probably saw that movie and was like, man, that's a good movie.
I think he just does like whatever. Like he seems like the kind of guy who, especially now that he's been in like the Marvel movies, like
Just kind of does.
they
stuff.
just ask him, like he's like, "You want to be in Ghostbusters?" He's like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, is that even a question? Do I want to be in Ghostbusters? I don't even care if it's good or not.
They just send a script to his house, and he's like, yes.
He's like, "Yes, Ghostbusters, yes."
Do you think we should get Paul Rudd? I don't know. Do you think he'd agree to it?
It's like,
I don't know. Let's send him the
let's
script.
just
see
send
if
him
he
the
agrees.
script. He's like, "Oh, dude, Ghostbusters." I don't care
Don't
that the
you guys
last
know?
one wasn't very good.
Don't you guys know if you send him anything, he'll
He'll
accept.
just do it. He was in Friends.
He's like Nicolas Cage.
Dude, that's who you got to get from Knives Out too.
That'd be pretty great. He probably would though.
He would,
because
dude.
He broke his shit.
He does like, no, I don't think he's broke. He does enough.
A couple of years ago, he bankrupted himself buying a statue of himself.
But he seems like the kind of guy to do enough low budget movies to garner like a good salary, you know? He's like if John Travolta did more movies and didn't fly planes. Is Nick Cage a Scientologist?
I'm like 90% sure he's a
Is he
Scientologist.
really? I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, dude.
Oh fuck. Is Nicholas spelled that wrong? A fuck.
By the way, we can't say anything bad about Scientology because they're gonna come and fucking kill us.
Dude, whatever.
No, not whatever.
Apparently, he's Catholic. However, it does not
Wait,
say
he's
that
not?
he's not a Scientologist.
I was pretty sure he was a Scientologist.
Whatever, man.
All right, Nick.
They're probably
Whatever, man.
they're probably all Scientologists. Whatever, dude. Tom Cruise probably
Everyone is a
brainwashed all of them.
Maybe it's Tom Cruise who's the Scientologist.
Tom Cruise. You know his name was. I don't know if it's his middle name or it used to be his first name, but it's Mapatha.
What the fuck?
It's his full name is Tom Cruise Mapatha the 6th or 5th
The
or
6th?
4th. It's 4th, I think.
Dude, I like Tiny Nicolas Cage from Family Guy.
And Tiny Tom Cruise.
Fuck. Yes.
Don't get the two of them mixed up. They're so different. Like I know Tom Cruise is nuts, but like he does good movies.
Nicolas Cage is nuts too.
Yeah, but he doesn't do very good movies. Have you ever seen
That's
Face
fair.
Off?
No.
Me neither.
Probably for good reason though.
Dude, we should watch it.
No.
Why?
I have standards.
Do you?
Kinda. Ow, owie, ow.
Stop crushing that can.
I'm sorry, it's addictive. Where'd my phone go? Okay, what else? Oh, I'm excited though for the movies.
Yeah,
the new
dude.
Knives Out movies.
If they're good, if they're as good as this one, then fuck yeah. I mean, like, again, I don't know, like, how many stars they can get for another 2 movies. But hey, man, if they can get them, like, do it, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, like, it was just a good movie. And I don't think...
Yeah, I've never seen a movie that good before in my life.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I definitely recommend it. I mean, it's certainly... And it's one that, like, when me and Kerrigan left the movie theater, I was like, yeah, that was really good, and I wasn't really planning on watching it again. But like, there are a lot of movies that I'm like, yeah, that was good, but I don't need to watch it again, you know. But I feel like this one, I was like, that was good, and while I don't need to watch it again, that's not for a bad reason.
So I saw it in theaters twice, and I'll
Really?
tell you why. Because I went with Dylan, other Dylan,
Right.
and Christian, and I was like, man, this movie's really good. And Tim was like, hey, we need to do something. And I was like, hey guys, I know of a good movie that's in theaters right now.
Right.
Let's go see it.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, have you seen it? And I was like, yeah, but let's just watch it
Yeah,
anyways.
like
And they were
let's
like,
just
yeah, it's
watch
a
it
good movie.
anyway. Yeah. There and like, I don't know. I feel like I don't go to the movies as much as I should. Like there are a lot of movies that I'll be like, oh, I want to see that, and then I'll watch them like on DVD like a year later. Like Black Klansman, which is like one of my favorite movies. I was like, oh, I really want to watch that, and then like 2 years later, I watched it like on DVD.
Yeah. I didn't see it until like a while ago too.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any other thoughts?
JoJo coming soon. I mean, not Stone Ocean, but JoJo.
Yes,
JoJo,
yes,
JoJo.
our other series.
That has not been announced yet.
Yeah.
Previous to now.
Yeah.
It's in the works.
It is. It's
Please
definitely
pay
in
us
the
money
works.
so that we can do
Pay us
this.
money on the platforms that we don't have yet.
Hey, wait, we have Patreon.
We haven't set it up. We got a lot more to set up before we can do all that. But yeah, I'd say Knives Out.
We should do. You know what we should do for Patreon?
What's that?
Podcast day early,
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do.
or like podcast bloopers, like unedited.
Like an unedited
podcasts.
podcast. Yeah. That would be good. That would be good.
Or both, a day early and unedited.
comment down below if you're on YouTube listening to this.
And if you're on Spotify, tweet us at
Titanus Inc. We're doing it under the same thing.
Okay. Just play it electronically and spell it out electronically.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well,
saying. I'm always on there. If you message
like
me, I will message
constantly.
you back.
Like he does nothing else, and
yeah,
I do everything
all I do is check
else.
Twitter.
I don't like Twitter. I think it's terrible.
Oh, me
And
too.
yet I'm
but
still
I'm on there anyways.
Yeah.
Tweet at me, please. I need
Please, for the
things
love
to
of
do,
God.
and I want to interact with people.
Tweet at Titanus Inc. or whatever our at is. I haven't been on there in a
I'm
bit.
pretty sure it's like TY.
TY Inc. That sounds about right.
You know what? Let's check. All right, if you're on YouTube, it's in the description.
That's true. Or it's just the channel name. Whatever. Or
Okay, it's Tytanus I.
Oh yeah.
At Tytanus I.
At Titanus.
It's capital I for the record.
Yeah, I don't know why we made it that, but whatever.
It was because I wrote Tytanus Inc. and then it picked out that, and I was like, okay,
fair enough.
cool. Maybe I should change it. I don't know.
Whatever. I'll
this
keep
for
it.
now.
Tweet at us at Titanus I. Tell your friends about the podcast. I don't know, like and subscribe or whatever.
We're doing this every week, hopefully.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Depends on if Andrew forgets to do things.
Hey, that was not me.
Hey.
But yeah,
Well, it wasn't.
and next time we'll probably be doing Mortal Kombat.
Probably.
Probably. Maybe we'll play a game to go along with it. Doubt it though, because I don't own any of the Mortal Kombat games.
Any of the Mortal Kombat games?
Yeah, I don't own any of them.
I mean, we could emulate one.
Shh, we can't tell them that.
Nintendo.
Nintendo will get us.
I mean,
You know that they don't like people
legally
emulating
purchase
their
one.
games, even though we have no other way of playing them without spending $1
Legally
billion.
purchasing-
I should know. I spend $1 billion on getting original games.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
Yeah, I
no,
know
I
you
do.
don't. Well,
I do.
you would rather
I
go
do
to
and I don't.
you would rather go to definitely legally purchasing them rather than actually legally purchasing them.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'll buy it, but then I'll emulate it for fun. For fun and ease of access, really.
I buy it because I like having it. Like, I'm not gonna play Earthbound or Mother 2 for the Famicom, but I own it
Why do you own Mother 2 for the
because I
Famicom?
got it cheap.
That doesn't answer
I
my
got it
question.
cheap in box. It was like 25.
Is it original box?
Oh yeah,
Or refurbished
like
box?
original. Like I should probably get a plastic case for it.
Ah.
Same with my Mega Man 5 or 6 that I have for the Famicom.
Yeah, well, I own all the Mega Mans on the Switch.
Yeah, I also have the Mega Man collection. I think I only have 1 through 6 though.
Hey, speaking of Mega Man collection, if you go on the Mega Man collection and you go to like play a game, you can actually look at the box art
Yeah, it's really cool.
for.
I really like it.
But okay, if you look at the first Mega Man though,
Hmm.
and you look at its box art for Japan, America, and then France, they're all
Yeah, they're all
completely
completely
fucking
different. It's the
But
weirdest
I
shit.
love
It's
Francis.
honestly
Francis
like
looks so good.
it's so interesting. Like the way that companies do that, because like
Francis
nowadays,
looks like a RoboCop, but like Mega
yeah,
Man.
and like nowadays it's a lot of like if you get,
Same.
I mean it's the same thing with like when the NES came out, you also had like the Famicom in Japan, which is completely different. But like now,
Well, also simultaneously being the same
right,
console.
right. But now you have a PS4 and then a Japanese PS4, and they're just the same thing. You know? And like the box art is all the same. Largely. Largely it's all the same. I just think like
Unless you're China and there's one skull in the game.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
allowed.
yeah. Um but that's also why I got I got stuff like the Mega Man or Mother 2 for the Famicom because like it's just so interesting because it looks like it could be like a not a completely different game but just like another one in the series. I don't know.
Eyes of Heaven screwed you though.
Yeah, Eyes of Heaven fucked me. So that was cool. That would have been a good time to have different box art.
Guys, what does EU mean? I don't know. Maybe it's because your servers
Well,
are
because
the
like
European
literally,
Union.
they look like the same thing, except instead of having like ESRB rating, it's like PEGI 13 or whatever. And I'm not looking for that, dude. Like, be like, it's stupid that I don't know. It's all fucking dumb anyway.
No, we don't even play the game anymore. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
but we
matter.
got it for cheap. I mean, I didn't get the box version for cheap, and I had to sell it for less than I got it for. But I don't know. It's just how I am. Like, I like having physical copies of stuff.
Alright, we should probably end this before we ramble too long.
Nah, it's cool. All right, yeah. Tweet
Okay.
at us,
I guess we want to end it.
like and
Yeah,
subscribe.
tweet at us.
Uh,
First person to
send
tweet
us
at
money.
me will get a nice response from me.
Yeah.
And then the second person will get a fuck off message. So you gotta be first.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time. This has been Two Men in a Movie. I almost said Two Men and a Baby. I'm gonna get that mixed up.
2 men and some sperm.
Yeah.
2 men and their anal prostate.
we gotta get the sperm to an egg quick. It's like a heist movie.
We have to steal eggs from Kerrigan.
All right, we will.
All right, now both of us need to come on it so that we can impregnate it.
It's getting weird. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.